Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Nobara Kugisaki. I'm very happy to finally have this figure in my collection. It's a great character. Jujutsu Kaisen has some of the best females in recent anime, if you ask me, and Nobara here is no exception. Got mine here from Amiami. Mine shipped a little later than some others who are getting it from Amiami, but she should be in stock there now and should be shipping from other retailers soon. Let's just go ahead and take a look at the packaging here. Top half, it does say SH Figuarts Nobara Kugisaki Jujutsu Kaisen, as well as the SH Figuarts, just a read up of the line. You do have the figure in the box, some of the contents there on the right. You see an image of the figure on the box. And then towards the bottom half here, another image of the figure there. Tamashii Nation's quality sticker, Bandai and Tamashii Nation's logo, as well as the Jujutsu Kaisen logo here. Now, on this side, there's not much going on, but when you zoom in here, you see some of these icons of some of the details and features that they have highlighted on the character here, as well as SH Figuarts, Nobara, and Jujutsu Kaisen. Pretty much just the name of the line, as well as the character and the series she's from on this side as well. Again, all that wording on the top, but we have a stern-faced image of Nobara like we had on the front of the box. On the bottom here, it's pretty much the same thing, except this time, it's a crazier-looking Nobara on the bottom of the box here. Now here's a wide shot of the back of the box. We go to the top half here. You can see some of the different features and accessories being used, as well as Nobara, Jujutsu Kaisen, option parts and whatnot. We get to the bottom half here. A lot of stuff I sadly don't know how to read, but it does have the support website, the Japanese support website at least, for Bandai Spirits, ages 15 and up, and a barcode in case you need it. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. So here's Nobara out of the packaging. This figure rocks. Seriously, they did a great job with a lot of the engineering of this figure and the accessories too, which let's go ahead and talk about the accessories and then we'll take a closer look at this figure. Just like with every SH Figuarts figure, she comes with an instruction manual on pretty much how to use all of the alternate parts, as well as making sure you don't do anything with the articulation that could cause rubbing in certain parts of the joints and whatnot. So here's everything the figure comes with. A lot of really nice stuff that pertains to her. First of all, we have this alternate head where the hair, is swooped back a little bit. It's more dynamic hairstyle basically when she's doing action poses. Very cool. The light brown and the hair I think could be a little bit better. I'm not sure exactly what they could have done, except maybe some different paint details like a wash and whatnot to make it stand out a little bit. Looks a little plain to me, but the overall sculpt is nice. I don't think it looks bad at all. The only thing is that right here doesn't align perfectly. I feel like because of the seam line here, it's a little too apparent. But when you look at this face that she comes with, this looks very good. The printing in the eyes and the eyebrows, as well as around the teeth, the lip color, and the mouth, with the bright pink tongue, as well as the red in her mouth there. All of that, I think, looks really nice. It's a bit of a softer plastic, too. You could break it, but so far it seems fine. I wouldn't mess around with it like this too much though. I'm just doing that for, just to show off. And then we have this angrier grit teeth expression going on. This looks very nice. I like this a lot. With the nice printed eyes again, with the angrier expression for the eyebrows. The lip color and the teeth are also very nicely painted on there. You do have pretty good sculpting when it comes to the ears. This is more of like a crazier Nobara expression with some wider eyes, this crazy smile here. All of that again is also looking really good. There is very little paint imperfections that I see on any of these faces. Now, of course, her main weapon is her hammer, looking really nice. The really nice sculpted heart going on to the top of the hammer with a little bit of pink that's missing, I can see, compared to where the silver is showing. Not that big of a deal though. Some nice metallic silver painted in there. This thing is very cool. You have this black handle. It's not much details, but it wasn't very detailed in the anime either. So that is awesome. Bunch of different hands, including relaxed hands with all the fingers separated, and her nails. You can see those. It might be a little too bright, but trying to zoom in a little bit, you can definitely see she's got some nails. Those are nicely done. It's the inside of the hands, as you can see there. And now we get to these. These are two hands, being ambidextrous if you want her to hold her hammer. Both these also look really good. It's just paint, molded in one skin tone. There's not much paint going on. We have this one. I think this was when Yuji and her were fighting those two guys. I forget exactly what their names were. I think she snapped her finger. I forget what that curse technique is called right now. But this is a very nice hand you can recreate with that. I wish she came with a face that had the tattoos on her, or the markings, I should say, on her face in that arc. Then we have a hand that is holding one nail in between the index and middle finger with some nice silver paint on there. Surprisingly, no silver on the fingers. It may look like the skin tone is going into the nail a little bit. And this is also a soft plastic, so that's cool. You won't have to worry about breaking that. And then we also have these, which these are also a soft plastic, with all the nails in between each finger. And the silver on there is also really nicely painted. So we get a really good assortment of accessories. So towards the end of the review, I will bring out the other figures so I can do comparisons, as well as some images with them, with Nobara finally. One thing that's an extremely minor nitpick, it just feels like in certain angles her face looks very squished together, but like, you know, someone squished her face. But in other angles it looks fine, so I'm not going to really dwell on it. The nice straight hair that she comes packaged with looking really good. The seam line in this hair is not very noticeable when I'm looking at it. And then this matches up too, so it's just the other head where it's a bit of a problem, but that's also a bit of a nitpick. This thing is just a great looking figure. We zoom in on the face, as you can see when I'm trying to focus up here. Very nice, nicely printed eyes. One looks like it's slightly raised compared to the other. That looks intentional, you know, stylistic. I like that actually. Nice lip color, whatnot. Everything else about it, man. Yeah, it's just a very nice, simple head sculpt. Again, maybe some minor paint to bring out these details in the sculpting of the hair would be nice, but it still looks good no matter what. Get to her outfit. Pretty much everyone has this very dark blue, dark purple outfit here. Almost black. You do have the white around her collar. There is a white splotch, as you can see right there. It's very small, but it is noticeable, at least for me. And then you do have the rest here. Nice gold buttons with some wrinkles, as you can see on her coat. Towards the back, you have some minor wrinkles too. Even this could be, you know, in whatever plastic you're using, but it looks like they've textured. I don't know if that's intentional, but it looks like they've textured the back here, looking really nice. Get down to the smoother forearms that also still has some wrinkles in certain areas. Just you can see the white of the cuffs, towards the wrists. She comes packaged with the fists. These look really nice. Everyone has pretty big hands. I think that is part of the art style that you'll notice. You know, like Yuji, his hands look really big if you have that figure. They did add this detail here. Sometimes you can see the white of her undershirt from her, you know, jacket in the anime and the manga. Mostly in the anime, of course, because the manga's black and white. But they also added it here. It's I believe it's painted in there. So they sculpted this and they painted it white, and it doesn't look like it gets in the way at all. There is potential that this could eventually, the blue or the purple can rub onto the white. I'm not too concerned about that. That's a very nice touch that they added there. I like that a lot. Here is her belt, which also has some gold buttons on there. All the gold buttons are very nicely painted on there too. Very minor details going on there, but the fact that you can even tell there's a little bit of sculpting in those buttons is very cool. You have the it's mostly just a plain brown belt, but you can see it's, you know, the belt loops right there, and this piece here, which actually I've heard this kind of moves around. There we go. It's on a ball joint, so it swivels a bit. That brown that it's like painted in, I thought it was molded in it. I believe this is paint. It looks really nice. And the gold on that button also looking really nice as well. So overall, pretty impressed. You even have some gold on the cuffs here. We get down to her skirt piece, which also has, you know, the way it's designed. It has these line. I don't know what some of the stuff here when it comes to tailoring, but the separations, as you can see, looking really nice, and a little bit of some wrinkles around there, looking pretty good. And you do have like the under part here. So I think, yeah, so this is all one sculpt, and it's all basically is one sculpt. I think there might be some gluing, like this might be glued into the hip to make the skirt look like one piece. But then you have this where it separates. There it is. It tabs in there. And there's the inside. So they do have details on the inside of the skirt, which is nice. The leggings are pretty plain overall. I mean, that's how they are, so can't really fault them for that. So there's not much going on there, but it all looks, consistent. Like the joint is brown, and all this, the way this looks glossy, it looks, it looks a little bit like a ball here. So it kind of breaks up the uniform nature of how it's supposed to naturally look, but not by much. It does look really nice. And you have the, again, it's kind of similar with the ankle ball joints. They look a little not supernatural. I don't care though. It's not too distracting. Not like McFarlane toys when those are like too oversized. The light brown on the shoes look great. You can see a little bit of detail on top of the shoes and on the bottom as well. So all that looks extremely nice. The outfits for Jujutsu Kaisen, their uniforms, they're simplistic because it's a uniform. Everyone has their own unique touches on theirs. Nobara's no exception. Hers is simplistic, but it works well, and it's very much her. It's very unique to her as well. Articulation wise, it's got pretty good articulation, especially with the standard of SH Figuarts. You have a ball peg going up into the head as well as into the torso, so it allows for all this range of motion, like side to side rotation, up and down, and then you can swivel here as well and allow for more of that articulation. Now this is actually really nice working forward motion butterfly joint, because sometimes they're really tight on the Jujutsu Kaisen figures, but it goes forward like this mostly, all the way around the arms and in and out very nicely, as well as a separate arm swivel here. It's actually sculpted in here instead of going into where this would be a one sculpt. It swivels up here. We have double jointed elbows that bend very well all the way in. The standard wrist articulation, so it swivels here and hinges here, and you can make it go up and down as well. Ball jointed waist all the way around. Swivel. Be careful to not mess with the pouch too much, and side to side like this. And you do have a ball joint, like I said, on the pouch. You can make that swivel. I don't believe it is removable, and I'm not going to try in case that breaks. So because of these skirt pieces, it's a little hard to do splits. That's as far out as it goes. She doesn't really do splits, so that's fine. You also have a upper thigh rotation in the hips. It can go forward a little bit. You can see kind of pushes the skirt a little bit, and then back, kind of. I guess I could show you. That's about as far out I guess you can go. So that's good. We also have a single jointed knee, but it bends really well. I don't think there's any other swivels at the knee like sometimes there is. We do have a swivel at the ankle, up and down movement. And then we do have ankle rockers, forgot to mention before I talk about the toe hinge. For quick size comparisons here, the rest of the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen figures, this just feels right. I'm very happy to have all four of these in my collection. She's very short though. I don't remember how short she's supposed to be, but you can see Gojo just kind of towers over her. And then, since SH Figuarts don't scale with these lines very much at all, on the left you have Symbiote Spider-Man from Marvel Legends. You can see very much towers over her. And then on the right, standard size Black Series Mandalorian also kind of towers over here, but not by much. Overall, I think Tamashii Nation did a great job translating this figure from the anime into figure form. They got pretty much everything right that you need to for Nobara. The amount of accessories and the detail on the accessories are great. The figure itself looks amazing with everything unique to her and her outfit. It's all done extremely well with great details. One thing you'll notice with the rest of the Jujutsu Kaisen figures, and this one too, is that the outfits primarily are molded in a certain plastic. So there's not much paint in them, but it all looks good to where he doesn't really need paint. The only minor nitpick I think they could change is maybe a little bit of paint in the hair to bring out some of the sculpted details, but that's such a minor complaint that it really is not going to bug me. I have a couple of paint splotches on my figure, but they're so small it's not going to bug me either. Overall, very happy with the figure. Articulation as well, like usual with the SH Figuarts line, is also awesome. It's just a great figure. I'm very happy with it. I got mine for a little over $60 on Amiami. It's going to be about the same price over on Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment and everything, other retailers like that. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.